Hello everyone, thanks so much for watching. My name is John Gardner with Good Earth Natural Foods. This week, we're very happy to have Todd Scorber back. Welcome, Todd.
Sorry, John, I just felt like flexing today.
All right, well, very good. Well, we're talking about a terrific item that'll make you flex, and that is vitamin D. So,
yeah, vitamin D, and when you look at all the vitamins, back whenever I had my store, John, back in the 80s, vitamin D, we had one SKU, one facing, because really no one knew that much about vitamin D. Today, you have sections of it in your store,
yes,
very much in demand, and here's the reason why. We have found, of course, we knew bone strength and those type of things were an issue with vitamin D and implicated with vitamin D. Now we know, on down the line, hormone production. We know the anti-cancer side of things, the skin health side of things, eyes, the list goes on and on. So when you look now at the multifaceted purposes of vitamin D, you can see just for a very small nominal cost, and you know how vitamin D is very cheap, it's something that you can get down the system, get a high dose of it, and the benefits go on and on.
Yeah, what are the foods? Well, number one, let's back up. There's differences in vitamin D.
Yes, there is.
The only one we stock, which is the premier type, is D3.
D3, right, which is cholecalciferol. Vitamin D2 is called ergocalciferol. Vitamin D2 is produced by plants. Vitamin D3 is produced by animals, so it would only make sense that you would take a vitamin D3. It's also known, John, as the sunshine vitamin, okay, because when you get out in the sun, your body produces vitamin D through an enzymatic process by exposure to the sun. However, we're not all naked in the garden like we used to be. Thank God for that. Huh? And so ultimately, we're not getting enough sun to produce enough vitamin D. So how do we do it? Take a supplement form. That's the best way. Generally, John, about 1,000 IUs a day is what they suggest, up to 5,000. In fact, the doctors now are prescribing 35,000 IUs, which is crazy amounts. You're better taking it daily as opposed to one pill a week, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, of course, speaking of, the doctors are prescribing this item, and they are doing it at massive doses, and by all means, people that are watching need to do what their doctor says. We're not trying to mitigate, get in the middle of that.
And I just say the doses that they're talking about, number one, this ergocalciferol. Number two, you're better off, again, taking it, I think, in my opinion, daily as opposed to one tablet, which is that approach. Either way, the doctors now understand the benefits of vitamin D, and we have known that for quite some time as well. And the list and the research is still out there, John. There's a whole lot more that they're researching with vitamin D and understanding a lot more now, too.
It's an excellent item. Real quick, to just let everyone know, we have it in ranges from 4,000 IU international units. I'm sorry, 400. 400. The deepest of all is 400. Then you go up to 1,000. We have 2,000, 5,000. So you can go in the store between 400 IU to 5,000 IU, depending on the customer's preference.
That's correct. And then in turn, again, as you age, you're not getting out in the sun. You probably need more winter time. Need more in that particular case as well. The list goes on and on with this stuff. Vitamin D, we're learning more and more, folks, about minerals, about vitamins, and how important they are. New research and new findings on vitamin D.
And if anyone's thinking about doing the sunlight approach, I believe, if I remember right, the rule of thumb is 20 minutes a day. Is that right?
Correct. And then you need to expose, obviously, some skin to the sun. The more that you can, the better. Do that in private, of course, especially you, John.
Okay. Well, anyway, we're not going to get into that.
It's a sensitive subject, but that's certainly something you have to consider. But now, even with that, let's say it's an ideal setting, you're still probably not producing enough vitamin D, so you probably should take an internal dose. Yeah. But get out in the sun and nude sunbathe if you're into that.
Okay, well, this was an excellent segment till then.
Oh, sorry, right.
Thank you so much for watching, and anyway, see you next week. Thank you so much. Okay. Good Earth Natural Foods is sponsored by Solar Bluebonnet Nutrition, Enzymatic Therapy, and Nature's Way.